Welcome, travelers and adventure seekers. Today, we're setting off on a journey through travel, adventure, and exploration. Join Emma, an experienced traveler with endless stories from around the world, and Chris, someone curious about exploring new places for the first time. Get ready for a fun conversation about destinations, cultures, travel tips, and more. Hey Emma, I'm really excited to talk about travel today. I've never traveled much, but I want to explore new places. Where do you think I should start?
That's a great question. Chris, traveling is such a wonderful way to learn and grow. Since you're just starting, I recommend visiting a place that's not too far from home. It can be a city or a town nearby.
That sounds doable. What should I look for in a place to visit?
Look for places with interesting sights, culture, and food. For example, if you love nature, you could visit a national park. If you prefer cities, explore museums, shops, and local markets.
I love the idea of visiting a national park. What's your favorite park?
Emma, one of my favorites is Yellowstone National Park. It has amazing hot springs, waterfalls, and beautiful wildlife. The landscapes are stunning.
Wow, I've seen pictures of Yellowstone. It looks incredible. How do you usually plan your trips?
I start by researching the place online. I read about the attractions, check the weather, and look for places to stay. I also like to find local foods to try. It makes the trip more exciting.
Local foods? That sounds exciting. Can you give me an example?
Sure, when I went to Italy, I tried real Italian pizza. It was fresh and delicious, much different from the pizza at home. It had a thin crust and the ingredients were so fresh.
That makes me want to go to Italy. What about language? Do you need to know the local language?
Knowing a few words in the local language can be helpful, but it's not necessary. Most places have people who speak English, especially in tourist areas. You can always use translation apps if you need help.
That's good to know. I feel less nervous about traveling now. Do you have any tips for staying safe while traveling?
Yes, always keep your belongings close and be aware of your surroundings. It's also a good idea to have emergency contact numbers saved on your phone. And trust your instincts if something feels off. It's okay to leave the area.
That makes sense. What about traveling alone? Is it safe?
Traveling alone can be safe if you stay smart. Research your destination, avoid dangerous areas, and trust your instincts. Many people enjoy solo travel because it allows them to meet new friends along the way.
I've never thought about traveling alone. What do you enjoy most about traveling?
I love meeting new people and experiencing different cultures. Every place has its unique traditions and customs, and it's fascinating to learn about them. I've made friends from all over the world during my travels.
That sounds amazing. Can you share a memorable experience from your travels?
Absolutely! When I was in Japan, I participated in a traditional tea ceremony. It was peaceful and beautiful. The host explained the significance of each step, and I felt so connected to the culture. It taught me to appreciate the little moments.
That sounds wonderful. How do you find those unique experiences?
I often look for local tours or workshops. Websites like Airbnb Experiences have great options for unique activities with locals. You can find cooking classes, art workshops, and cultural experiences that are not typical tourist attractions.
That's a great tip. What's your favorite travel memory?
Emma, one of my favorite memories was hiking in the Swiss Alps. The views were breathtaking, and I met fellow hikers from around the world. We shared stories, laughed, and enjoyed the beautiful scenery together.
I want to experience that. What if I'm on a budget? Can I still travel?
Definitely, traveling on a budget is possible. You can stay in hostels, use public transportation, and eat at local street food stalls. It's a great way to save money and experience the local culture.
Street food sounds fun. What's the best street food you've tried?
In Thailand, I tried pad thai from a street vendor. It was flavorful and fresh. Eating where the locals eat is often the best way to taste the culture. Plus, it's usually cheaper than dining in restaurants.
I love that idea. How do you find places to stay?
I usually use booking websites to compare prices. I look for hotels, hostels, or even guest houses. Reading reviews from other travelers helps me choose the right place.
Reviews are important. Have you ever had a bad experience with a place you stayed?
I once stayed in a hostel that was very noisy. I couldn't sleep. I learned to read reviews more carefully after that. It taught me that a good night's sleep is essential for enjoying my travels.
That sounds frustrating. What do you do if something goes wrong during your trip?
Stay calm and think logically. If you lose something, report it to the police or the place you're staying. Most problems can be fixed with a little patience. I once lost my wallet, and I was able to get help from the hotel staff.
Great advice. I've heard about travel insurance. Is it necessary?
Travel insurance is a good idea. It can help cover unexpected events like trip cancellations or medical emergencies. It gives you peace of mind while traveling. I always buy it before I go on a big trip.
I'll definitely look into that. What about packing? Do you have tips for packing light?
Yes, start with a packing list. Bring versatile clothing that you can mix and match. Also, don't forget essentials like chargers and travel-sized toiletries. It helps to roll your clothes instead of folding them to save space.
That sounds manageable. Do you have any must-have items for traveling?
A good pair of walking shoes is essential. Also, a reusable water bottle helps you stay hydrated and reduces plastic waste. And don't forget a power bank for your phone.
I'll make sure to pack those. What's the best way to get around a new city?
Public transport is often the easiest and cheapest way to explore. Buses and trains can take you to many places. Walking is also a great way to discover hidden gems. You can find local shops and cafes that aren't in the guidebooks.
I like walking. It feels more personal. How do you stay connected with family while traveling?
I usually use messaging apps like WhatsApp or FaceTime. It's nice to share my adventures and keep in touch while I'm away. I send photos and updates to my family so they feel involved in my travels.
That's a good idea. I want to share my experiences too. How do you document your travels?
I love taking photos and keeping a travel journal. Writing down my experiences helps me remember the little details that photos alone can't capture. I often write about my feelings and thoughts during the trip.
I've never thought about a travel journal. I'll have to start one. What's your favorite travel photo?
I have a picture of me at the Grand Canyon at sunset. The colors were breathtaking. Every time I look at it, I remember the awe I felt when I saw it for the first time. It's one of those moments I'll never forget.
That sounds beautiful. What other places are on your travel bucket list?
I want to visit South America, especially Machu Picchu in Peru. The history and scenery are fascinating. The ancient ruins and breathtaking landscapes make it a dream destination for many travelers.
That's a great choice. I want to explore Europe, especially Spain and Greece. The culture and food sound amazing.
Spain is fantastic. The architecture and tapas are a must-try. And Greece has stunning islands and rich history. Santorini is famous for its beautiful sunsets and whitewashed buildings.
I can't wait to start my travel adventures. Any final tips for someone like me who wants to travel more?
Just go for it. Start with short trips to build your confidence. Be open to new experiences and meet new people. Every journey teaches you something, and don't forget to take lots of pictures to capture your memories.
Thanks, Emma. I feel inspired to travel more. I can't wait to start planning my first trip.
I'm excited for you. Traveling opens up a world of possibilities. Let's keep sharing our travel stories as we go on new adventures.
Absolutely. It's like each trip adds a new chapter to our lives. I can't wait to tell my friends about the exciting places I'll visit.
Yes, travel is all about stories and experiences. Have you thought about which places are at the top of your list?
I've been thinking about going to a beach destination. I love the idea of relaxing by the sea and trying water sports. What do you think?
A beach destination sounds perfect. It's a great way to unwind and enjoy nature. Places like Hawaii, Mexico, or the Caribbean are known for their beautiful beaches and fun activities like snorkeling or surfing.
That sounds fantastic. I'll definitely consider those options. What's your favorite beach destination?
I loved visiting Bali, Indonesia. The beaches are stunning, and the culture is rich. I enjoyed trying surf lessons there. The locals were friendly, and the sunsets were magical.
Surf lessons? That sounds thrilling. Did you catch any waves?
I managed to catch a few small ones. It was challenging but so much fun. I felt accomplished after each ride. Plus, the instructors were very helpful.
I would love to try surfing. How do you find local activities like that?
I usually ask locals for recommendations or look up activities online before my trip. Websites like TripAdvisor often have great reviews and suggestions for fun things to do.
That's smart. I'll keep that in mind. What's one thing you always pack for beach trips?
Sunscreen is a must. Protecting your skin from the sun is important. I also pack a good beach hat and sunglasses. Staying safe while enjoying the sun is key.
Great tips. I'll make sure to remember those. Do you think it's better to travel during summer or winter?
It depends on the destination. Summer is great for beach trips, but winter offers unique experiences like skiing in the mountains or visiting Christmas markets in Europe.
I've always wanted to go skiing. Is it hard to learn?
Skiing can be challenging at first, but it's fun. Taking a lesson with an instructor helps. They can teach you the basics, and soon you'll be gliding down the slopes.
That sounds exciting. Maybe I'll try a winter trip this year. What about cultural festivals? Have you attended any during your travels?
Yes, I went to the carnival in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The music, dancing, and vibrant costumes were amazing. It was an unforgettable experience. Participating in local festivals is a fantastic way to immerse yourself in the culture.
Wow, that must have been incredible. I'd love to experience a cultural festival too. How do I find out about local events while traveling?
You can check local event websites or ask locals when you arrive. Many cities have tourist information centers where you can get brochures and recommendations for upcoming events.
That's helpful. I'll definitely look into that. What's the most interesting culture you've experienced while traveling?
I'd say the Maori culture in New Zealand. I attended a cultural performance where they showcased traditional songs, dances, and stories. It was eye-opening and gave me a deeper appreciation for their history and customs.
That sounds amazing. I want to learn more about different cultures as I travel. What's your advice for being respectful when visiting new places?
Great question. Always be polite and respectful of local customs and traditions. Dress appropriately. Ask before taking photos. And try to learn a few phrases in the local language. Showing respect goes a long way.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Emma. This conversation has been so helpful and inspiring. I feel ready to plan my first trip.
I'm glad to hear that. Chris, remember, travel is about creating memories, meeting people, and having fun. Embrace every moment and enjoy the journey.
And there you have it, folks, a journey through travel, exploring new places, cultures, and experiences with Emma and Chris. We hope this conversation has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore the world around you.
Remember, travel is about discovery, adventure, and connecting with others. If you enjoyed this travel talk, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more discussions on exciting travel destinations and tips. Share your travel dreams in the comments below. We'd love to hear where you want to go next.
And don't forget to check out our next video, where we'll dive into travel photography tips to help you capture your memories beautifully. Until then, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and happy travels!
Thanks for watching, and remember, the world is waiting for you to explore.